Hello and welcome to another edition of Brandon's Face. My name is Brandon with the face.
And I'm Jonathan with the voice.
All right, Jonathan, how are you this evening?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's been quite a month filled with content, and I am excited to get into it.
Yeah, it was a lot more than I was anticipating, but I'm excited to tackle it all with you.
We got some things that I wasn't really prepared for, and then we got some things that I was prepared for, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a good time.
All right, well, let's get into it.
Well, first, do you have any music news for us?
I did not prep any for this show actually. This is like the dead time of the year. I'd say from like mid-October till about February of the next year is like the not a lot going on in music.
Right.
Um, but I think everything music news I would say would be related to artists we're going to talk about here shortly. So it'll spark my memory when we get to them.
All right, well, let's get into it then. The first single that we threw on this playlist, I think, was added by you, and it was Bonobo's Rosewood.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with Bonobo, seen the name a few times, was surfing Twitter, and I think like Porter might have shared his post. Bonobo announced a new album coming out January 14th. I clicked it, really good house music, reminded me a lot of like some of the best Black Coffee songs. I really enjoyed this. Are you familiar with him at all?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty familiar with Bonobo back in, I believe it was Coachella 2014 or 2015. Bonobo did a surprise Do-Lab set, and they went back to back with Gorgon City, if I can
Oh, that's
remember correctly,
awesome.
and it was a really neat set. It was really late at night. I think it was the last artist we saw that night, and it was really neat, man. I really enjoyed it.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, he released another song we'll talk about in a bit, but I'm really impressed by this. I'm looking forward to that album.
Go ahead and throw on your listen to next. Both Black Sands and Migration are really fantastic albums, and I think you won't be disappointed with those.
I'll check those out. Thank you.
Cool. And then the next one you threw on was Russ. It's a Utah freestyle. Man, this guy has
Yeah.
some fantastic bars, man.
Yeah, if you're on Spotify at all, look at how many plays this guy's songs get. You probably don't know him by name, but his numbers are insane on what he pulls. He's one of those dudes that releases a song literally almost every week. You could scroll down the singles he's released this year, and it will take you a few minutes before you'll get to last year. He's one of those types of dudes. He actually has a line in this song. Next year, I'm probably going platinum like 30 times. He's not joking. Like all of these songs will get over 1 million plays. It's crazy. He's a totally independent artist, owns all of his own masters, that type of thing, which is why he has so much freedom to release however he wants. And he releases an album once in a while, but he pretty much just releases songs whenever he wants. What did you think of this?
So I knew Russ. I had a work colleague of mine introduced me to Russ. I think it was pre-pandemic for sure. So it must have been either late 29. Yeah, it must have been late 2019. And he had a song
Gotcha.
on the radio,
Hmm.
and I really enjoy his music. I haven't really like looked him up on Spotify though. So this kind of prompted me to do that. And yeah, the song is fantastic. It's very good.
Yeah, really good.
Cool. Another great rap song we've got Corday with Super.
Yeah, he announced, I think, that his new album, he didn't announce a release date for it, but it's going to be called From a Bird's Eye View. This is one of the first singles off of it. This song's good because he's a good rapper and he actually raps without a lot of gimmicks. So it's good in comparison to a lot of radio stuff, but
Right.
compared to a lot of his stuff, like this is kind of just a hype track. It's okay. It's not my favorite version of what he does. He's one of those guys that I think is best over like Chopped Up Soul, or he was on Life is Like a Dice Game with Freddie Gibbs and Nas. I
Which
like him
was
on those
iconic.
types of, oh my God, so good. But very much looking forward to that album. I'll keep you posted whenever he actually puts a release date on it.
Yeah, I'm. I was. This is a good song. It's not Corday at his best, but I did really enjoy it. So
Agreed.
yeah, man. All right, moving on. We've got Garden Party, which is a song that I really enjoyed
Dude, it's
with
so
Jid
good.
and Big Boy. Uh, this and Masego. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, so Masego's an R&B guy. He has
Got
a
it.
few songs that are good. The cool thing about Masego is he's also a very good saxophone player. So the brass you're hearing in the song is him playing as well.
Oh,
He
that's really
has,
fucking cool.
yeah, he has a song, I think in probably his most played on Spotify called like Sunday Morning that's just instrumental jazz pretty much. Like not all of his stuff is R&B, some of it's just like him doing some brass stuff. So
Did you say
that
instrumental
element
jazz? I love instrumental jazz.
instrumental jazz new band name called it.
It's a
But
grunge
yeah,
rock band.
Jid kills this. Big Boy does a good job keeping up with the younger guys. I think this is a fantastic
Yeah, where's
collaboration.
Big Boy
Great.
been, man?
Man, the Outcast guys are just weird and doing their own thing. He did
That's
release a
okay.
solo album a few years ago that was actually really good. So I'd like to see him come back soon.
Alrighty, well, moving on, we have our mainstay on Brandon's face. We have Mr. Coda the Friend with Scapegoat, and
Yep.
man, I just love this guy's music, man. He just fucking speaks to me.
Yeah, every time I see a new song of his like pop up on my Spotify or on our playlist, it's like I smile because I know I'm gonna get some coda for a few minutes.
Right, I mean, I swear, man. Like every time he drops a song, it's like I needed to hear it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like I needed to hear what he
totally.
had to say in that song at that particular moment in my life, and that's really fucking cool, if you ask me.
Dude, yeah, it's great. I think we'll have another song of his we'll talk about in a bit, so I'll save
Sure
more
will.
words for then.
Alrighty. Well, all right. I think we threw on. I think it was it me that threw this on. Agoria
Yes.
and Kolsch and a Blase. It's What If Midday was at midnight. It's a remix by Kolsch. This is a special track, man.
Yeah, everything Kolsch touches turns to gold. I love it. It's great.
Those industrial kind of fluttering sounds, they turned into like arpeggiated synths, man. It's so
Mm-hmm.
good. It's so
Yeah,
good. The
it's
strings, oh
fantastic.
man, it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful track.
Yeah, I've grown to really anticipate when you add some Kolsch. I like it. It's good
Yeah,
stuff.
man. I'm glad he's been releasing some music. So
Me too.
yeah, it's he's a good artist. Next we have a another remix
Our
from
monthly remix of
our
Every Window is a Mirror.
right, another remix. Honestly, man, this one's pretty good too. I like Big Data. I don't
Nah,
know.
Eiffel 65 or bust.
I mean, no, I don't think anybody's ever going to top that. But I
No, I
mean,
agree. No, this one was pretty good, but I there's only room for one remix of this song in a rotation, I think, and I'm going with Eiffel.
all right. Well, that's fair. I'd have to tell you that that's probably the same thing.
No disrespect to Big Data.
Right. Alrighty, another mainstay on the playlist here. We've got Tin Liquor coming in with "Be Here and Now." They deliver as always, man. Beautiful vocals on this track.
Yep. It's a Tin Liquor track, so it's a great house song. That's
Right.
that's it.
That's
You know what they're gonna deliver. They do it every time.
well, and it's great because you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get great house music, but it's I don't know, man. I think Tin Liquor is very special.
I think when we talked about them last, I said what I loved about them most was their consistency, and they never do me wrong.
No, that they don't. That they don't. Alrighty, so you threw on a slew
Handful
of
of
singles from Keys and
yeah.
Crates. Talk to me about what brought you back to your Kill It Dead trap days.
I feel like we might have talked about Keys and Crates, maybe like a remix they did or something over one of the months this past year.
I think it was a couple months
And
ago.
yeah, and the song Pull Up got put on, I think sometimes when you just open the Spotify app on your phone, it says new release, and that was one of them. And I was like, I'm gonna click this. I don't know why, but I'm gonna click it. And I really liked it. And so I went and I saw that they had released a few songs this year. Don't know if they're gearing up for another album or not, but I just felt like they were underappreciated and we should give them at least a spin. They kind of remind me of a modern Major Lazer.
Interesting
Like
take.
they have that party vibe to them, but they're I don't know, it's not as gimmicky as Major Lazer was, but like Brazilian Love Song, Pull Up, these are all songs that I could picture like at that type of show.
Yeah, I dig that.
There's a hip hop edge to them, even though they're not really hip hop.
Yeah, for sure. I think out of these singles, I think I like Pull Up the best.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
that was a good one. That was a good one. Alrighty. Well, thanks for adding those. I think next we
Of
have
course.
James Blake.
Yeah.
Two
Have you ever
songs.
listened to James Blake?
I haven't. Not a lot, at least. I mean, a little bit here and there. I'm sure I've heard a bunch of. I think he's been on the radio a number of times.
Yeah, he's one of those like Bon Iver type guys that has this weird cross section with hip hop music and R&B, but he is weird, just essentially like as far from that as you could be. It's almost like weird folk pop in a way. Um, I he released a new album. I skimmed it. I the SZA song, the production on it is fantastic. I think she
Yes.
sounds so good on that type of beat and just soars over it.
She has such a way about her, man.
Yeah, when she's on, and
For
on
sure.
that song, it's great. That I added those to my like end of the year mix right away. And I saw a JID feature, so of course I added it. And this one was
As is
kind of
tradition.
interesting because the other guy, Suave, I think, he like kind of matches him with this weird like Hobson energy, and he goes on this like schizophrenic rant about like all this paranoid shit. It was really cool. I liked that somebody was like, I'm not gonna out rap Jid, but I can at least go to the weird depths he can go to conceptually.
Yeah,
And
I really
it's
liked it.
cool. Yeah, I think it's cool James Blake let that happen on his album. And fun fact, he is married to Tahani from The Good Place, if you
Oh,
did not know that.
really? I did not know that. Today I learned.
Yeah.
That's a great show.
Yeah, it's not really a rewatchable show once you know the twist, but it was very underappreciated and well written. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, big fan of that show. Yes, yes, The Time Knife. We've all seen it.
I love the trolley car situation. Making Cheaty do that over and over was such a good writing.
So evil. So
So
evil.
good.
All right. I think next we have a Mr. Don Tolliver with Drugs and Hella Melodies, featuring Caliucci.
Yeah, which is the reason I added the song. I'm a
getting
big
stoked?
Caliucci's fan. I'm very excited to see her pretty soon. I'm not a Don Tolliver has a lot of hype around him. He's the what I've labeled the Cactus Jack crooner because he's like the singer of Travis Scott's label.
Oh, he is?
He's yeah, he's on Cactus Jack Records.
Got it.
So he's on that like weird little mixtape EP thing they released. This is his, I think, first like studio debut album. This track's fantastic. I like the vibe of it. It's very Georgia Smith, Snow Allegra. It's got that like warmth to it. Really dig it. The rest of the album, I'm not really even gonna check out, but I liked this, and yeah, I thought this was a great collab.
Cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's pretty neat. I really like the name of this song. So
Yeah, it's a great name. I'll give him that. Up there for song name of the year for sure.
right, all right. Moving on, we've got a Freddie Gibbs with Arts and what is that? Buggy Bugie. It's got to be
I'm gonna
Bugie.
go
the
with
way it's spelled.
Bugie. Yeah, it's not Bugie. I don't know. That's another podcast, our English language one.
GIF or GIF immediately.
I think
say it.
I was surfing upcoming album releases and I saw those two on it. So I think they just must be two producers that are working with a bunch of different rappers or artists. And this is one of the songs that came from it. Popped up on my release radar, obviously, because I listen to Freddie Gibbs every day. This is just him going in. This is fucking great. It's really
Right.
good. It's a lot harder than the other shit he's been doing this year, so it's good to see him kind of flip that switch again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. What'd you think of it?
I really enjoyed it. This is Freddie Gibbs just kills as always. Love this beat. So whatever producers are working on this track, it's working for me. So
Yeah, it's really heavy. Good shit.
Yeah, it's really good. Freddie Gibbs is quickly becoming a favorite rapper of mine. Thank you.
Oh yes.
All right. So we've got coming in three songs from no, actually, Joyner Lucas and Ty Dolla Sign, "Late to the Party."
Yeah, another Joyner song following up that J. Cole one last month we talked about. I like this one a little more, but I still think he's capable of so much better.
Yeah, this is good. Joyner is kind of falling down the same hole that J. Cole kind of fell through, which is I did my emotional stuff, I did my lyrical stuff. Now let's just get on the radio and make as much money as I can.
Yep.
Which, I mean, I can't say I blame him because it's probably working, but I really don't like it.
Yeah, it's a little poppy for him, and it's not his best by any means, and it's not what he's best at.
Right, exactly. I think he's best at I think he's best at twisting words to fit an emotional narrative, and I think that he's missing out on that. Maybe
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
missing
he
out on
put
that.
out that ADHD album finally last year, and it had a lot of great songs on it, but it itself was a flawed mess just because he's so chaotic and doesn't really know how to self-edit himself and all of these things. But as flawed as he is, he's worth keeping an eye on.
Oh, for sure. I definitely am going to keep an eye on Joyner. Alrighty, so it looks like we have three songs from an album called Goldmouth
Yeah.
by Lute, and I actually
Luke,
threw the album onto my listen to next playlist because I really did like these. I'd never heard of Lute before.
yeah, I was contemplating doing that after. I never really got into it. Lute is on Dreamville, one of the few people on the J. Cole record. I don't think he'd released an album in a long time. So he's not very relevant to this era of rap. I think the song Changes popped up on one of my release radars or something, and I was really impressed by it. And then I saw an Ari Lennox feature. That song has that really good neo soul sound she's known for. And then, of course, a JID feature. So I added that. All of these are great. Changes was my favorite of them. But let me know what you think of the album for sure.
Yeah, I will. I have a bunch of stuff to get through on my listen to next playlist, but because my taste
As is
changed.
tradition.
Right, I have been keeping it clean though, which is nice.
Hmm.
There's a couple of things that I actually just deleted that I wanted to show you. A couple of Cascade or Arcade Records Destination albums, which are pretty neat. You should check those out.
Interesting. Okay.
I didn't throw them on the playlist because they're both very long. I think they're like
Yeah.
2.5 hours each, and well, we already had like 18 hours. So
I'll throw them
this
on my
month-
listen to next.
Yeah, I'll shoot them over to you. But I really liked all three of these songs. I think Ghetto Love kind of feels timeless. Like it's really good, man. I think Changes
That
was my
neo
favorite.
soul
but
sound is very timeless. I
It's
enjoy it
it's real good, man. I really enjoyed these. So I'll let you know what I think of the full album.
for sure.
Next, we have some songs that is not rap from a from Trent Cantrell, which is I think the song is called "Originate." Top notch house music, my dude. Nothing much more else to say besides that.
Yep. It's great. He always blurs the line between techno and house really well. Writes with the dance floor in mind. It's great shit.
Cool, man. Yeah, not much else to say. I
No.
do have a little bit to say about this next single. We've got Matt and Kim with "Steal a Yellow Cab."
Oh,
Let me first ask you: are you a Matt and Kim fan?
no.
No. All
Not like
right.
historically. I didn't go into it with like a negative disposition, but like if somebody asked me that on the street, I would say no. I don't
Okay.
really know their music.
All
So
right. Fair. Well, all right. So I love this band. They objectively are not very good, but I do love this band because their energy is palpable. Their chemistry together, both on stage. I've seen them live once.
is this the Zoe Deschanel band?
No, this is
Oh, that's She and Him.
yeah,
Gotcha.
I think
Okay.
so. This is
I was
Matt and
gonna say it
Kim.
didn't sound like Zoe Deschanel.
So, so this is Matt and Kim are married, and their Instagram is they're hilarious. But from what I remember, I'm not on the gram anymore. But they are they just have this energy about them, man, and it's I don't know, it just speaks to me a little bit. And objectively, it's not the best music in the world, but you don't really have to be the best at making music to be a good musician, I think. And I don't know if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't, but I really do like this band. I will say they had a very fun show, and political leanings aside, they did something hilarious at their Coachella 2016 set, and they came on after Rancid, so you can kind of feel the energy of that crowd after a
Yeah.
Rancid set. They came on after Rancid and then decided to throw it. God, it must have been 100 or so pinatas of Donald Trump into the crowd,
Oh
and I thought
boy.
it was hilarious.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So if maybe next month I'll throw a couple of my favorite of their songs on there on the playlist because I do enjoy their energy. So
For
what'd
sure.
you think of this song?
I thought this was very this felt more like MGMT than a different band to me. Like this felt very MGMT influenced by that like era of music. And it wasn't bad at all. It was just familiar, but I didn't know it.
Okay,
So I didn't really have like a negative reaction to it or a positive reaction. So definitely
all
throw
right.
some of your favorites on and I'll kind of judge them based on that.
I will. I will say Kim is the drummer. Matt plays synth and does all the vocals. And I don't know, they're just a lot of fun. I enjoy them.
For sure.
Speaking of another fun song, we've got Elton John, Dua Lipa, Cold Heart, uh, Claptone remix. This is a fun song. I hadn't actually heard the original, but this is a fun remix.
This is fucking confusing to me. This is like four Elton John songs. I like it feel like this is like for a musical that I haven't seen or something like that. But props to Claptone for bringing it all together. You know, it works, but I have no idea what's going on
Yeah,
in
no,
the
me
song
neither.
at any point.
Me neither. No, I gotta say, man, 2021's pretty weird. So it didn't even click to me that it's weird that we have four Elton John songs on a playlist this month.
No, not at all. That he has a new album and that he's wearing a fucking mask on the album. Yeah,
Oh man.
very odd.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's continue on with the weirdness that is 2021 and move on to a Tale of Us Pete Tong uh track. I love both of these people. I like Pete Tong not for his music because I don't think he's that good of a musician, but I do love him for how iconic he is in the scene in the UK and how influential he was in the early rave days, from what I know. And I love Tale of Us because Tale of Us is a great musician. Um, I really did like this song though. So what you think?
I thought it was techno goodness, man. It was like what I wanted from it. Like you knew with Tale of Us and Pete Tong, you were just gonna get some good techno. Like you said, I it's not my like always my favorite style, but I thought they did a good job here.
Yeah, I did too, and those vocals are very good. So
Yeah, Jules Buckley did a great job on the vocals.
for sure. Alrighty, we've got a Bob Sinclair and Key with a DNA.
Hmm.
I mean, some solid disco house, man. It's solid.
Yeah, I like Bob Sinclair. He like writes techno music, but with kind of like a pop sensibility to it. And those worlds are usually super far apart, but he brings it together with this like weird French house vibe. I like it.
It feels almost effortless when he does it, which you're right. The two worlds of techno and pop should objectively not be anywhere near each other, but he does a very good job with that.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost the only way to describe it.
Yep. Next, we have a little bit of another chill song. We've got Chami with
Hmm.
Eternity featuring Abstract and Lena Leon. Lena Leon.
Yes.
Pretty chill. I don't anticipate something like this from Chami. I anticipate something quite honestly a lot
Future
heavier.
Housey.
Yeah, a lot heavier, a lot future housey. You know, when I saw Chami, I mean, he dropped "Overthrow" by Boys Noise. That's kind of the vibe I expect and kind of want from a Chami song. But album art's
He
pretty.
Chami is probably the first future house legend.
Right.
Like, I don't know if he invented the style, but he definitely popularized it and perfected
Yeah, he
it.
definitely
And I
did very
think,
well with it.
yeah, and I think when he strays from it like this, it's like, yeah, this is good maybe for a alias, but this isn't what I want when I click on a Chami song, if I'm being honest.
Right. Right. Well, I'm on the same page with you there. The next single we had was "The Alchemist," featuring
Yeah.
the one and only Vince Staples. I love this
Yeah.
beat. Bars over jazzy piano is definitely my jam.
Yeah, Alchemist released a little EP thing, I think. I saw a Vince feature on it. This it's Alchemist chopping up old jazz records, which like you said, that's the shit. You can't go wrong there. This is Vince. I guarantee you did not write any of this and was just this is first take Vince. You can tell by the
Right.
way he's rapping that he's doing this off the cuff. And I
Right.
like that they just went with it because he's actually when somebody's really freestyling and you can tell they're not doing a written, it's not going to be great, you know? And he
Right.
actually, his like, the speed at which he raps normally allows him more time to think. And I think that benefits him when he actually freestyles like this.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's very clear that Vince didn't write this, but I'm not hating. It's a good song.
No, no, I love it. Yeah,
It's a good
give
song.
me 6 songs of this. I would have been more
Right,
stoked on
exactly.
that.
Again, bars over jazzy piano is my fucking jam.
Yeah.
So
Well, he actually said before his album came out that he was working with Alchemist and I think Earl Sweatshirt, but he was like, they smoke weed too much and they work too slow for me. He was because he doesn't do any of that shit. So he's like, I write a lot of verses and like they just this might have been one of those sessions. Who knows?
they just sit around and smoke weed.
He wants to get to work. He wants to record ASAP. I think his new record was done in like 2 weeks with Kenny Beats.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm sure Kenny Beats loves working with Vince.
Oh yes, yes. Kenny Beats loves working with everyone apparently.
Even
He's all over the
idols?
place right now. Very much looking forward to that.
Yes, I'm very curious about that. All right, moving on. We've got a song called "Fi Fi" with Toby. You're gonna have to help me with his last name.
Ingweekwe.
Ingweekwe. I knew you knew how to say that.
Yeah.
I both love and dislike this song. It's some East Side Boys shit, which I can't really hate on because I kind of like it, but I both
Yeah.
dislike it. So,
It's a little too much. I agree. Like the energy is too much, but his talent is still just insane. Did I send you the video of this?
I don't think that you did. Let's throw it
Oh
in the
my
show
God.
notes, shall we?
So yeah, this song came out I think a while ago, and I kind of missed it. Him and his wife, Fat, who delivers a fantastic verse in this song. Um, they're screaming more than rapping in this song, honestly. They performed this at the BET Awards, and I was kind of like bored one night watching like just the performances from the award show on YouTube, and all of them are just like fucking trash. People singing over backing tracks. Baby Keem actually did not rap over a backing track. I was pretty proud of him. Like he did. It sounds horrible because he had to bleep all of his swear words, and so it's just disjointed syllables every now and then. But Toby comes on, and you've seen his past stuff, like
Yep.
his choreography, his energy, like God only. I hope nobody had to follow him because it was just insane, dude. Like you're gonna be blown away when you see it. I guarantee you.
Cool. Yeah,
The-
let's throw that in the show notes because I think everybody
it's
else
a
deserves
live
to see it.
energy song. It's not a song to just throw on. It's a lot.
Yeah, because this kind of came on, and I was like, "This is a lot right now."
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you threw on
Ooh.
a bunch of assorted singles from a couple of different albums from a guy named Alan Raymond, and wow, man, this is
Yeah. We talked about him. He released like 2 singles last month.
Yeah.
And I told you like I was a big fan of him. and I was going to give you essentially the sampler. I realized that was more than I could, like, I couldn't pick between some of these songs. That's why I put so many on.
Oh,
And
please,
he's
man.
an artist that's like tough to pin down. Like every album has a different feel, but like I think I compared him at times to Stone Temple Pilots, and that's songs like Gun and Word of Mouth really get that across. What did you pick up from this music?
All right, so I'm just gonna kind of read you my notes.
Go for it.
So this Graceland beat is absolute fire. Tennessee is really good. Beat again is once again fantastic. What genre is this?
You know, I think early on it was marketed, not marketed, but I think it was labeled alternative R&B, which I don't really agree with.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. So all of this is really badass, man. Gun is really neat. The beats, the guitar, the passion in his voice is all very well done. Why is nobody talking about this guy?
He's
Have I
kind
just
of an
been
introvert.
have I not been paying attention? Like Rose is beautiful. I'm officially an Alan Raymond fan, man.
Good, good. I'm glad he was easy to pick up. Yeah, he releases pretty often up until this year. I think what happened was last year his album Christian, which is you should definitely check out in full. I think
I
that
did
was
already.
kind of
It's very
okay,
good.
okay. So Katie and I actually had tickets to go see him that we even kept them for like a year, and then they finally were like, we're gonna refund him because he's not rescheduled yet, and we're bummed because we really want to see him live. I think that album was supposed to be kind of like his launch into even trying to be like more of a household name because he filmed a bunch of music videos for it, but it just was very bad timing with the pandemic, and that's kind of what it was. But everything he releases, I'm a big fan of, and I always look forward to. And now you kind of see why.
Well, I'll talk to the organizers of the next pandemic and make sure that it doesn't interfere with an Alan
Please,
Raymond
thank
tour.
God.
Yeah, I got an in like that. All right.
Can nobody eat bat soup, please?
Okay. So let's go ahead and just skim over these next ones here. Duck Sauce, How It Be in
What the
Atlanta
fuck
are
is
both
this?
awful
What
songs.
is this?
So, you know how Spotify alerts you when your artists that you follow have released new music? Well, Duck Sauce seemed to have released new music, but it wasn't the Duck Sauce we all wanted.
Okay. I was like, what is this?
So I threw these on before I listened to them because I was thinking, wow, double single from Duck Sauce. John's got to hear these. I'm just going to throw them on. And then I think it was like a week later when I finally got the chance to listen to them. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? I decided to leave them on just for fun. A-Track really has changed. All right, moving on here. We've got I threw on this looks like it is Delving. Yes. All right. So I listened to this whole album, but I threw on a couple of my favorite songs from the album. So this is the first release from this band. It's a side project of a member of a band that I really actually don't like, but I love this shit. It's instrumental, just beautifulness. What did you think of Delving?
I was wondering when you were gonna throw some weird instrumental shit on here. It felt like it'd been a while. I was like, "Where's the Brandon I know?"
The Mogwai album has still got to me, buddy.
No, this one, this is really good shit. I looked into it too. I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, this is like the side project of a guy from a band." Makes a lot of sense because it's very well written.
Right.
You know what? Like back when I was in the quote unquote scene and was friends with a lot of musicians, like there is so many of them that just work on solo shit on their computer like this, and it's cool that somebody's still like not just making this type of shit but releasing it. I dig it. It's
I
really
love
good.
it. Apparently other people did too, because I tried to buy the vinyl and I think I caught this like maybe 5 days after the release. I think I found it on like a forum or something, some deep corner of the internet. And I go, all right, well, I gotta have some of this beautiful instrumental awesomeness for, this is great cup of
Yeah.
coffee on Sunday morning music if you ask me. And obviously they're all sold out and already going
Of
for
course.
hundreds of dollars because my life is just kind of like that. But I really enjoyed this. I'm going to be following this band, and I highly recommend you listen to the full album if you haven't already. It's Very good. The whole thing is just front to
Oh,
back.
I did.
Beautiful.
I threw it on
Okay.
my listen to next.
Okay, good. It's very good. Next up, we have a mainstay in my playlists, a band called the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, which man, I love this name. Um, so they're back. There's no album news yet, but I'm assuming that this single becomes means that a new album is on the way. I liked it. It's just psych rock, which is, I mean, it's to me, it's like techno, man. I just eat it up.
Yep. I thought weird band name, weird song title, vibe of the music matches both. Overall, pretty good psych rock.
Yeah, man. It's. I just dig psych rock, man.
That was my notes verbatim on
I'll
that.
never forget the time I was listening to a psych rock band called Tropical Fuck Storm, and you caught me on Spotify listening to it, and you called me out. Hey, man, I was Tropical Fuck Storm. I'll never
I
forget
love
it.
doing that to people.
I know, man. I catch my boy listening to some questionable shit, so I taught him
Of
how to
course.
private browse. All right, moving on to a pretty awful cover of "My Name Is Jonas" by Taking Back Sunday. Why?
I'd rather listen to the Duck Sauce songs, honestly, than this. This is terrible.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that, but I look, man. I love the Blue Album. Big fan of Weezer. You know, I even like a lot of their newer stuff. But this is
You know what I
just-
don't love is late stage Taking Back Sunday. Literally everything after Louder Now, I do not love.
Oh man, that was a great 3 album run, though.
Amazing 3 album run. Arguably
Iconic.
the best 3 album run of Fall Out Boy, Mike Hem, and The Used. What I would consider the Mount Rushmore of the scene would be
Mount
those
Rushmore.
4.
Yeah, I dig that. It's definitely up there.
I'm
although-
saying all 3 albums being beginning to end high,
Bangers.
like they all got. It was kind of, that's an interesting topic we'll have to broach on another day because that's a fun one to dive down.
Yeah, maybe in a slow month we'll do a best 3 album runs and we'll split it up by genre. I like that.
That'll be fun.
I like
Love it.
that. Cool, man. All right, moving on because we shouldn't spend any more time on that. We have a Kygo with ex ambassadors, Undeniable. How do you feel about Kygo putting out the same song and it being incredible every time?
Well, I'll agree with you that he's putting out the same song. The incredible part, I just feel like he makes EDM that's approved by parents. I don't know how else to put it. It's okay, but it's pretty generic. Like it's, and
you
this
telling
is
me
him
that
going
Tropical
through-
House is just dad house? Is that what you just said?
Exactly. Yeah, this is the EDM version of yacht rock. He uses the same drum pad and synths every fucking song. If you're a fan of it, you're always gonna like it. If you're not, you're never gonna like it.
Super duper fair. All right. Well, you can hate all you want. You're a little wrong, but I'll respect it. Moving on to more Kolsch. We have Speicher. I'm not German. 119, which I believe is the record label's
Yeah, just the number.
yeah, consecutive kind of releases thing. Incredible. Wooman is kind of an acid techno wonderland. It's a huge tune. It's a bit heavier than he normally goes, but I really love it. And then how do you say Spikerbrand? Is again, it's a bit harder than he normally goes, but I can't say that I dislike this. These are like show enders for him.
Yeah, he can do no wrong, man.
I-
These
I-
both fucking bang.
I like his more stringy type music just because that's what I'm used to, I guess. But I really enjoyed these.
I agree. Yeah, they're both fucking bangers. Pure techno. Love them. Can do no wrong.
Speaking of techno, we have Pig and Dan with both Aptitude and Madness. Just some techno.
These are a
Industrial
little
as
too
fuck.
minimal for me.
Okay.
I
Fair.
don't know. I don't. That was kind of my takeaway, I guess.
I like
Maybe it was
Pig and
because I
Dan.
was following some Kolsch, but
Right, and those went extraordinarily hard for Cole's tracks.
yes.
But no, I enjoyed I enjoy Pig and Dan. Maybe I'll throw on some of my favorites from one of their albums next month. These are a little bit more minimal than they normally go, so I think you'll like
Gotcha.
some other their
For
stuff.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next we have Summer Walker, X for a Reason with City Girls. Um, I can tell that she or they have different voices, but I hate that they're auto tuned. Like, good for you or whatever,
The
but
rapping
like,
girl.
yeah, I think all
Yeah,
of them.
yeah. I I don't Summer Walker's weird. She's a really good R&B singer who constantly sounds so bored singing R&B. She has a few really good songs. She did a song with Usher like a year or two ago, and it's like the instrumental's a riff on one of his old instrumentals. So it's like that, like
Okay.
when she has something that seems inspiring to her, she does really good. But this is just, I don't know, it's kind of generic. She always kind of does the whole I'm gonna quit music thing and never does. I don't know. Well, I think she's doing a new album. We'll see how that goes. You know, I'm a big R&B guy, so I'll be checking it out regardless.
Cool. Yeah, keep me updated. This was okay.
Will do.
Moving on, we have something that goes way unnecessarily hard. Vince Staples with "Got 'Em," but it's a Zoo remix, and yeah, man, this just goes hard, man. I loved this.
Yeah, we reviewed I think the original when it was released. Zoo did a couple like remixes for songs on the album. This is fucking amazing. I love how he put the boss battle music at the beginning of the
Right.
remix. That's a great touch. And I think this is the first time him and Trombone Shorty have worked together since Genesis series, which is
Oh
really
wow.
cool.
All right.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't.
is to date my favorite Zoo project
I
of all
mean,
time.
yeah.
I like it more than Night Day, which is kind of controversial.
I like Night Day, but I actually am gonna go ahead and agree with you. I mean, Zoo's last album was really good too. All right.
Oh, great album. Great album.
So I threw this band on Giant Walker. Song is called "The Fact and Fiction." Unknown band, very little followers. I saw some article about them and clicked on them and liked it, and I thought it was neat. What did you think?
It's some like good riff heavy early 2000s style rock. Not every band really needs to reinvent the wheel, so I thought it was good.
I thought it was neat, and nothing that's again nothing that's breaking boundaries here, but I did enjoy it. So,
Yep.
and I figured we would get them a little bit of recognition. They have a whole under 1,700 monthly
I
listeners
saw that. Yeah.
on their Spotify. So
Everyone go check out their merch table.
go check out their merch table, man. Alrighty, moving on. You threw on a couple of Jack White songs.
Phew.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I just need to say this. Every other of Jack White's releases, I absolutely love, but the ones in between, I really don't like, man. But these are very good. I really like that. I really like the polarity of both the gentle and the regular version. Although I like the regular version
Oh my
better.
God. Yeah.
So it's very good.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going from a brand new band to an institution in rock music. So it's pretty fun.
Right.
This is I agree with you. His solo stuff is very hard for my wife and I to listen to because we're giant White Stripes fans and we miss Meg and we miss the dynamic. And even though it kind of seemed like he wrote a lot of that music, he's done a good job of making his solo career feel different. Not that he's like continuing it like in spite of that. It's its own thing. The
For sure.
music is a little different. I agree with you though. Like I'm not a big fan of most of it. I tend to like, yeah, like every other thing. This is fucking great. The original version of this song is so fucking heavy and he
It's
just
great.
shreds. He's
Really
one
good.
of the last like of a dying breed in terms of like rock legend musicians that are this type of guy, you know?
Right.
These guys aren't going to be around forever, and it's really cool that he's still in our era and still seemingly capable of doing whatever the fuck he wants on a guitar. So
Right.
props to him.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed this. So it's funny. You listen to, I think the album is Lazaretto, and I literally like every other one of those songs. So,
Yeah, that he I don't know. I wasn't a big Lazaretto fan. I like a few songs on it, but as I don't think I've liked a whole album of any of his solo stuff. So hopefully if this is the beginning of a new one, this is he'll turn the corner with me.
Hopefully. Well, moving on, we have Mom Jeans with another song from their new album. I I continue to just love this band, man. They have such a fun chemistry, and I love Mom Jeans, man. It's just good shit.
Yeah, I fucking love this. Like this is the pop punk I grew up on. So it's really fun. Like it's not inspired by. This is straight up early 2000s pop punk. It sucks Warp Tour's not around so that they can't play like the peak of when this music was popular, but
Right.
this shit is fucking awesome and I'm looking forward to their new album for sure.
Yeah, same. Um, Moving on, we have Radiohead with looks like a new song that was supposed to be released on Kid Amnesia, but it was not.
So the 20th anniversary of Kid A and Amnesiac are coming up. They're releasing a like a commemorative edition of both of them kind of combined with all of the unreleased songs from those recording sessions. This is one of those.
Super neat.
Yeah, it's a good song. I mean, we don't really need to like get into the minutia of 20-year-old studio cuts, but I thought it was good. They've already, I think, released another one. I'll probably refrain from posting that. We'll just cover the deluxe edition songs all at once when they release it.
Sounds good, man. I like that.
Okay.
Alrighty, another new Bonobo with looks like Jamila Woods. Song is called Tides. It's so good, man. Her voice is just
Yeah.
enchanting. I'm excited for the album. Very
This is going to be a
excited.
perfect January album.
It's going to
I'm
be
glad
really
that
great.
yeah, that he's not trying to wait out the dead release period. Him and I think Under Oath dropped the same day, so that should be a fun Friday.
Exciting. Alrighty, I think next we have a very exciting addition to this playlist, Lane 8 with Reviver, and Lane 8 has announced his fourth studio album.
Fuck yeah. I did not see that, but that's awesome. I love Lane 8, always bringing the like floating through space vibes. Great
Right.
song.
Like,
Love it.
yeah, this is fantastic. I really enjoyed this. It's heavily beautiful.
Agreed.
I think next we have Health and Poppy with a song called Dead Flowers. I fucking dig this song, man.
Van, we went from not knowing who Health was to covering way more Health songs this year than I could have ever
And you
anticipated.
know what's even funny, dude? You know what's even funny, man? I've been playing Gran Turismo Sport for like a long time, right? I think you have too.
They have a song in it. No way.
And not only do they have a song in it, John, but do you know who remixes the song that's on the GT Sport
Who?
playlist? Boys Noise.
Oh my God. Okay. Fucking A, dude.
We've been
That's
listening to them
amazing.
for a while, and man, I really dig their music, man.
Fucking A. That's amazing.
Isn't that
That
great?
is amazing. Yeah. As far as this song goes, I completely agree. This is really good. I've heard a few Poppy songs that I have not liked in the past, but they're completely different stylistically than this. This is really good. Um, her scream is fucking ferocious when it gets there. And despite the first thing I heard them perform as was that Nine Inch Nails collaboration.
Right? Yeah.
Like I still get those vibes in their music, which is cool.
Yep. Super same.
Yeah, I could see how that came about now.
Yep. All right, moving on. We have a Boys Noise remix from Chet
Yeah,
Faker.
speaking of,
It's interesting. It's not my favorite Boys Noise remix, but it grows on me with each listen. I don't think that Chet Faker and Boys Noise are a good match.
I agree. This one feels a little forced, or maybe just like we're friends and I kind of did this. This is not the song at all I would anticipate Boys Noise would hear and be like, yeah, I'll remix that. That sounds like my type of thing.
Gotta remix this one.
Yeah, like it does not. I don't know. I agree with you. This doesn't work. This feels like it's for one of those hard house boat tours or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm good on this.
Alrighty. Well, next we have a Weekend song featuring Swedish House Mafia. Oh, wait. That's not what it is. This is pretty sweet, man. It could go harder, but it just feels more like a Weekend song than it does a Swedish House Mafia song.
This feels like every song that The Weeknd does with an electronic producer to me.
Yeah, I mean, I major Starboy vibes, obviously. So
Yep. It's good. It's fine. It's yeah, just self-esteem, disclosure. Like he's worked with a lot of them now, and it always kind of sounds like this. So it is what it is. It's not bad by any means, but it's very safe.
Right. Alrighty, looks like next we have Khalid with Present. Love this
Yup.
beat. Great song, man.
Yeah, it's funny that your one note is I love this beat because that's it. His drum pattern is always the same. It always sounds great. He's found like the perfect sound to match his voice in terms of drums. I think he announced a new album a few months ago, but I think he announced that he's gonna do like a little EP to bridge the albums. So I think we'll be getting that pretty soon.
All right. Well, moving on, we have
Coda the Friend, show you.
yes, we do. All right. So, classic Coda. I'm loving all these. I'm loving all of his releases, man. This song feels a little different, though. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little different, but it's fine. It's Coda. It's he's gonna give us a million more songs before we even remember this one. So
Right. Exactly.
we'll see
Exactly.
what's next.
Yep. Oh man, I do love Coda the Friend. All right.
Me too.
Next we have Big Sean and Hit Boy on the beat. I'm assuming. What a Life. You know, I've always liked Big Sean, man. Uh, Good track. Hit Boy kills it as usual.
I, see, I'm kind of torn on this. I think it works good. Sean sounds pretty good. They actually released an EP, I think this last week together, and it's okay. I have like higher expectations for Hit Boy because the whole King's Disease series, like those instrumentals are exactly my thing, and these are a little bit different, a little more hype, a little more tailored to Big Sean. I think the most noteworthy thing to come out of this, though, is that Big Sean is for the first time not on Good Music anymore,
Oh, that's
which he's,
interesting.
yeah, he's been on for 14 years. So
That's
I think
crazy.
he was giving his own imprint on Def Jam. This is the first release off that. We'll see where it goes.
Hey, that's really good for him. Awesome.
Yeah, get that money.
Right.
Don't let Kanye take it all.
I mean, he would. All right, Craig David and MeMNEK, Who You Are. This is great, man. Vocals, instruments, structure, melodies, harmonies, they're all on point.
Yeah, I agree. Craig David, early 2000s R&B and UK garage legend. It's cool to hear him like still doing things. He kind of stopped doing pure R&B like in the early 2010s and switched to more like working with EDM producers and riding that whole vibe, and seems to be good. He's making a good living off just being like an EDM vocalist essentially now, but it's cool to hear him and like another Emanike is kind of a newer version of him. He does a lot of like these EDM R&B style pop tracks, and
Right.
I thought it worked well together. A
Cool.
little
Yeah.
dated, but it works.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
I did too.
All right. Speaking of things that I did not enjoy, man, ABBA. Look, all right. So, switching. So as we progressed on this playlist, we switched from Every Time I Die to ABBA. So that was a weird transition. But this is not their strongest music. So I actually see what you had heard last month, which is they're trying to kind of recapture magic that has long since gone, probably back in the 70s.
Yeah, it's got to be really hard to do what they're attempting at this point,
Right.
honestly. But yeah, this it's not working for me. I'm not digging it. I'd rather they just leave their legacy alone.
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in this one. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. Do we know when the album's coming out? Does it
You
have a
know,
release date yet?
I don't know quite off the top of my head, but let's revisit that when we do our part two recording of October's playlist.
Sounds good. We will catch you all pretty soon. You'll probably hear all of this together, actually. So we'll
Probably.
catch you right now.
Peace.
Bye.